This is the 2017 Ford Super Duty. We're going to show you how to take the rear bumper off first. This is the brackets right here that you're going to remove the chrome bumper off of. There's actually 2 bolts that you can remove that bracket, but this is what you're going to bolt to, so don't take that plate off of that bumper. When you pull your bumper off, there's 2 21 millimeters on each side, and then there's also 2 13 millimeters down here that you have to take off of there. Okay, if you have one guy on each side of the bumper, as it's coming off, you need one guy in the middle. Here's your trailer plug that's got to be unplugged right here, and this is another one for your sensor harness and that if you got sensors on your bumper. That'll have to be unplugged. Maybe you can get to it from underneath, but we just done it easier as you're taking the chrome bumper off that you can unplug that harness right there. And then here's the chrome bumper. These are the 2 21 millimeter bolts on each side we're talking about. Okay, and this is the little plate with the 13s that unbolts right there from the hitch. First thing you want to do then is you need to take your trailer plug out. There's these little clips right here. If you just press them in, that thing pops out right there, okay? And you're actually going to put that back just like the same way it mounts onto the other bumper. Whenever you do put it in our bumper there, from the back side, you want to take a screwdriver and pull out on those clips, because that's actually what catches on the back side of that plate. You just want to make sure that they are caught, okay? It's no big deal. Just pop it in there and you'll get from the back side and just pry out on them little clips like that, and then they'll keep it in there. I do got one license plate light in there right now. When you put your license plate lights in, this is our license plate lights. It's got some little ears in there that actually clip into that hole. Take a knife or a file or something though and knock that paint off, because that'll help ground that light when you pop it in there. But you just put that thing in there and you're just going to push down. It's supposed to be snug, and it pops in just like that. Okay. Again, make sure you knock the paint off of that thing before you put it on there. Our sensors, we got one sensor in here. We got some little plastic grommets in there that come in the package. If you don't have sensors, there's going to be a little plug that also goes in there, and that fills the hole to take place of the sensors if you don't have sensors. And I kind of knocked that out of there. There's a little ring that slips around that plate like that. But put them plugs in there if you don't have sensors. But if you do have sensors, again, there's one sensor that we put in right there. You're going to kind of see, this is how it plugs in. We took the sensor off the little fitting and put in there and push straight through that thing. I wouldn't twist on it too much, just kind of push it straight through, just wiggle it back and forth. It'll go in there, and then you can end up putting your harness back on there, and that's how that harness and all that plugs in. I've got a factory housing right here that we actually took out of the chrome bumper. You can use these, but you're going to have to take a knife of some sort and trim a little bit of those little ribs. In the chrome bumper, there's little slots that those go in, but this thing's too big with them little ribs. I'm not going to do it on this one because the bumper may have to be reused. But if you just scratch down a little bit and get a little bit of those ribs, you can actually put these inserts back in the housings or whatever in the new bumper, and it actually holds that sensor a lot better like that, because it's actually got a spot that the sensor clips into. But anyhow, but again, we're not going to do that on this one because we may have to reuse those in the chrome bumper. Okay, and the light over here, you need to take your spare tire tool. I got the key on the other side. You just turn it right there, and it's going to come straight out the bottom. Okay, and we are actually going to put that into the Frontier rear bumper. In your bolt bag, there's a neoprene washer that you actually have to use that takes up the space that the factory bumper had. Okay, you can see there's a little slot right there, the little slot right there on your cutout, and that's where you're going to put that thing. So you're going to put it in there, you're going to push in, and you're going to turn, and then you got your spare tire lock right there on your bumper. And we're going to get somebody over here to help us hang this bumper. Again, once we put this up on here, you got to plug all this you got to put this harness back in the bumper, and then plug all your sensors in. Your lights here, I forgot about your light here. There's a little rib. This has got to go behind the diamond plate, what we call, this is diamond plate, to hold that little discussion in right there. Okay, you're going to push that in there just like that. and then you're going to put your light in there. And that's how your light will go in there. Okay. And every vehicle has got a little wire, or every make has got a little wiring, different wiring color code on their lights. So you just got to test and find the reverse light on there. Get a light tester and find the reverse light coming out of your tail lights, and that's how you can hook up those lights right there. The license plate lights, I always tap in. You do it however you want, but I always tap into the hot wire on what plugged into your factory license plate light, and that's how I do it. And we're going to get somebody to help us hang it, and we'll show you how to adjust this thing, because these brackets, as you see right here on our Frontier bumper, the holes go the opposite direction. So you've got adjustment up and down, side to side, but in the perfect world, what you want to try to do when you're lining it up, get our bumper brackets shaped the same way as this one right here. Get it perfectly lined up like that, and that way you'll have a real good start of exactly where it's supposed to be, and then you can just see if one side's got to go up or down, or just a little bit side to side, but it should be pretty close. So we're going to get somebody to show it. We'll show you how to align the bumper. Now to see the bumper on here, to align this thing, what we did is from the truck to the little edge of the floor plate is about 3/4 of an inch. But anyhow, again, like I said, on one side what you do is you line the bracket up perfectly flush all the way around one side to the truck bracket and tighten one side, and the other side you just measure and make sure you get both sides the same. But it can go up and down, side to side, so make sure it's all good. You see all the lights are in there and everything, your spare tire lock, just like we showed you, but that is the install for your 2017 Ford Super Duty Frontier rear bumper.